Hello and welcome to our number talk. Today we are looking at the expression 72 minus 54. What we do in a number talk is we use mental math. That means no paper, no pencil, to try to solve an expression, and then we look at all the different ways we could have used to figure it out. So before we go any further, let's do that. Let's go ahead and pause the video, work out 72 minus 54 in your head. When you have your answer, unpause the video, and we will look at all of our different strategies together. So the first thing that we could have done is use the strategy adding up. And so what we do is we start with our smaller number, and that's called the subtrahend when you're dealing with subtraction. And we add up in chunks until we get to our larger number, which is called the minuend. So we're going from subtrahend to minuend. And so we're going to take a jump from 54. We want to get to that next 10 above 54. So that next 10 above 54 is going to be 60. We have to think, okay, that's a plus 6. That's how adding up works. We're just going to take little jumps. And then we're going to take a jump to the next 10 that's closest to 72 without going over, and that's just a jump of 10. Just one jump of 10 here gets us up to 70, and then we have to take that final jump to get up to 72. So I did 3 different jumps, and if I add up my 3 jumps, 6, 10, and 2, that's going to get me 18. Hopefully that's the difference you had in your head when you worked it out. Compensation, what this does is this changes one of our terms to make it a little bit easier to subtract mentally. So I'm going to take my subtrahend here, and I'm going to add 6. The reason I'm going to add 6 is because I know that I can get up to a 60 if I add 6. And take a look at this problem. 72 minus 60 is a lot easier. No regrouping necessary, so that's going to be 12. But remember, I added 6, which means I took 6 more away than I really needed to because I made my subtrahend larger than it should have been. So I've got to give those 6 back. So you're going to have to do another add 6. And there we go. That gets you back up to your 18 as the difference. Now counting back is a lot like your adding up, except we start with our minuend of 72. And so we're going to take our minuend and we're going to just count backwards with little subtraction jumps until we get down to our subtrahend. So we're going to get minus 2 to 70. And we're going to try to get all the way down to our subtrahend of 54, which means we got a 70. Let's take a jump of 10. That's a big jump. That's going to get us to 60. Then all I need is one more jump, and I'm going to get to 54. And that's going to be a jump of 6. So I've got 2 and 10 is 12. Add the 6. There we go. 18. Now, constant difference is going to look a little bit like what we have when we did our compensation. We're going to start by adding 6 to our subtrahend here to get us to 60, but let's keep a balanced expression. Instead of adding that 6 in on the back end, let's add that 6 in right here. And we can add that 6 and make it 78. Now this is a balanced expression because I added 6 to both terms, the minuend and the subtrahend, which means the distance between 78 and 60, which is my new problem, is the same as the difference between 72 and 54. So I have a new problem, and look at that. No regrouping required. So you can use that as another strategy. If you can think of another way to figure out 72 minus 54, that's great. Go ahead and add that as a comment on the video. Teachers, if you would like a copy of the slide deck for your own use in the classroom, you can find it on my website at 5minutemath.net.